Hello Facebook world, welcome to Como Live, brought to you by the Legacy Amendment. My name is Jill, I'm a hoof stock keeper here at the Como Zoo, and I am joined by my coworker Cam, our awesome videographer Anne, and of course our kudu. So we are celebrating today. We have a 1-year-old kudu, and we thought what better way to warm up this cold chilly day than to have a party. So we have Nate front and center. Nate is the oldest in our kudu herd here at Como. He is 13 years old, and we are celebrating his son today, Sudi. Sudi's in the back of the exhibit right now, and he is checking out his decorations and probably wondering why Nate's getting all the snacks. So like I said, Sudi is 1. He was born last year about 4 o'clock in the afternoon on February 18th, and he was born at about 10 pounds to his mama Fjorda. And Fjorda's not out here today because she's really camera shy, and we thought if we were going to throw a little party, we maybe should leave her in the back. Nate, however, is not camera shy like you can see, so he'll come up and join us for a party, and I'm hoping Sudi will too. So I thought I'd talk a little bit about our herd here at Como, a little bit about the difference between lesser and greater kudu, and a little bit about just how cool the species is. So there are 2 different types of kudu in the world. They are both in the antelope family, and they are greater and lesser kudu. Greater kudu are the most common kind. You see them quite a bit in pictures from Africa. If you've ever been to Africa on a safari, you probably saw greater kudu. Just like their name suggests, they are quite large. On average, they're about 300 to 500 pounds. The males have the nice long horns, just like our lesser friends here. Males are typically gray, females are typically kind of a drab brown color. They don't really have the red-brown color that the lessers have. And like I said, they're very numerous. They are not threatened, they're all over the continent. They do really well for themselves. The lesser kudu, on the other hand, are very shy. So I've actually worked with some researchers in Tanzania. They've been in Tanzania studying hoofstock for over 10 years, and they can count on their hand how many times they've seen lesser kudu. These guys blend in with the savanna. They hide out a lot. They're really only out at dusk and dawn. They're a very nervous, shy animal. So we are lucky to have them here at Como. Like their name suggests, they're a little bit smaller. So the lesser kudu on average is about 130 to 220 pounds. Nate here weighs in at about 195. Sudi at 1 year old weighs in at about 85. So again, much smaller than their counterparts. They are considered near threatened, although I'll tell you, since they're so hard to find, I'm not real sure how they found that number. But there's about 120,000 left. They are found in Eastern Africa, so Tanzania, Kenya, Somalia, Ethiopia. Like I said, very elusive. And one of the nice things about having both of our boys out here today is you can see the difference between the 2. So calves and females have this really pretty red-brown coat. You can see Sudi, he's kind of a red-brown coat. He's got a little bit of coloration starting on his belly. So in the next couple years, he'll start to turn all gray like his dad here. And part of that is to help them adapt to hide in the savanna. They've got those nice vertical stripes, and that helps them kind of mimic the tree line or the grasses. And really, the males and the females spend their lives separate. So a lot of times what we see is small herds of females and calves. They all kind of look the same. They travel together, they raise babies together, and then we've got more nomadic males who come and they find different herds to breed with, and then they go off and look for new lady friends. So Sudi here would stay with his mom for about 18 to 24 months. They stay with mom a little bit longer than some antelope. And kudu have a really interesting birthing process. So the females like to hang out together, but then when a female gets close to giving birth, she'll actually leave the herd and she'll go off into the bush by herself to give birth. And the theory is it helps protect the herd from predation so that big cats, lions, leopards, cheetahs won't come in and find her. But really, it makes her really vulnerable. So she'll go off by herself, she'll have her calf, and then she'll start to leave that calf. And she'll leave them for extended periods of time so she can go eat. Very similar to what our white-tailed deer do here in Minnesota. So she'll leave them in the bush, and they are so well hidden that sometimes it takes her a while to come back and find that baby. But eventually she'll come back, and the babies are really good about just laying and waiting for mom. And she'll do that for about 3 to 4 months, and then she'll eventually join her herd again. So like I said, it's kind of an interesting strategy. It brings the predators away from the herd, but it really leaves her and her baby vulnerable. So that's the biggest threat to kudu, is that they probably won't make it through their first couple years. Kudu calves, on average, about 50% die before they make it to their 6-month birthday, and about 75% pass before they make it to their 3rd birthday. So Sudi here is pretty lucky he was born where there aren't any lions or leopards about. What are you doing there, kid? Whoop. Good job, bud. So as you can see, he is growing his little horns. Male kudu are the only ones that have horns, and we like to talk about how horns are for keeps, so they will keep them their entire life. They don't fall off every year like an antler does. And Sudis they're about 3-4 inches long right now, and they'll eventually grow as long as his dad's here. So on average, the lesser males have about a 3-foot horn length and about a 2.5 twist in there. So if you look at the top of Nate's horns, they're dark black, and that's how Sudis will grow. And then as he gets older, they'll start to kind of lose coloration at the bottom there. And these guys use horns primarily for fighting other males for females' attention. So they will typically lock horns with one another and then try and smash each other into the ground. It's very violent. So what else are cool about kudu? They are known to be able to run very fast. They've been clocked upwards of 50 miles per hour running away from a predator, and they can also jump really high. The literature I found has suggested they can jump about 30 feet in the air if they are at a true sprint. I'm not sure I believe it, but I have absolutely seen one jump about 12 feet and clear a fence before. So with that said, we are very careful in how we take care of them here at Como. These guys are very shy. I've said it a few times now. So we're very careful not to spook them, to make sure they feel safe. So we've got a lot of different structures out here that just provides them a safe place, trying to kind of mimic what their natural environment would be like. Hey, Cam, do you have any questions? No? Ann, do you have any questions? All right, well, if you guys have any questions, feel free to type them into the comment section and we'll try to get back to you. And thanks for joining us for the party today.